Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today we're going to talk about marketing versus branding and what's the difference and how should you treat each one differently. Let's focus on branding for a second because I think that a lot of insurance agents do a really bad job of branding, myself included, up until the last couple of years. I didn't understand the value of a brand. I was like, I'm going to go see families at their house. Why do I need to build a brand? But I think that in the new world that we live in the digital world, if you watch the other video that we did on your digital presence, on your website, the world is changing that we live in, especially for us in the financial world. People, clients are using it more and more to look you up and to see what you're all about. Now, again, we talked about how your website should be and kind of the flow of that, but what is your brand? Let's stop and think about that for a second. Honestly, just take a minute to think about that. What is your brand? If someone mentions your name, if somebody looks you up, what do they see? What is your brand? Do you have one? Have you put any thought into it at all? And if not, what I would do is take some time and really figure out what you want your brand to be. What do you want your agency or your firm to be? What is the brand built around there? If you look me up, you're going to find two things. Number one, you're going to find that I'm probably one of the top people in the federal space. I do a lot of work with federal employees. I teach workshops at NASA. I teach workshops at a lot of different hospitals, so on and so forth. That's what I built my brand around. I spent 7 years in that space doing nothing but building my brand, getting my foot into multiple doors, building out a database of over 2 million people that we do email marketing to on a regular basis. They see my name, they see my face consistently. I've been teaching, at hospitals for 5 years straight. So when a doctor's going to retire, who do they call? They typically call our firm because I've been there. I've done the work. You have to do the same thing when it comes to building a brand. It's not going to happen overnight. The other brand, which is probably why you're watching me, is because I do a lot in the annuity and IUL space. And so most people who come to this channel, like you watching right now, you come here to learn how to be better. You learn how to write more annuities, write more IULs, really think differently in the more advanced markets level, right? Those are my two brands. And I'm not steering away from those. Once you figure out what your brand is, instead of going wide and trying to figure out more and more and more brands, you should start focusing on going deep. It's like when I used to build, organizations, right? You build wide, but the most important thing is to build depth because that's stability. Right? Wide is profitability, depth is stability when you're building an organization. The same thing with your brand. You want to figure out what your brand is, who you want to be, how you want to be viewed, and then go deep. Like I'm 7 years deep in my federal brand. I'm about 5 years deep in this brand. Again, the reason being is because this is what I want my agency to look like. This is what I want my brand to be. So what is your brand? What is it that you're going to do differently? Why are people going to follow you? Why are your clients going to become raving fans of you and your firm? What is it that separates you from other people? You've heard me say this a million times. My motto here at our office is to stay in your lane and create space. What are you going to do to build a lane, pick a lane, stay in it, get deep, and create space between you and the competition? See, that's a brand. That's building a brand. That's very different from marketing. Now, you can do marketing to help you build a brand, but when I talk about marketing, I'm thinking more of lead generation, right? If I'm going to do marketing, I'm going to do marketing towards a certain demographic, towards a certain group, a certain clientele, and that's going to be for me to generate leads. But just because you're generating leads through marketing doesn't mean you're not building your brand through that funnel system, that pipeline. You still do, but branding is a little bit different. Branding is with your mission, who you want to be. This is lead gen for marketing. So you may be doing email marketing campaigns. You may be doing social media marketing. You may be doing direct mail marketing. So that's marketing. Now, again, you build your presence through those marketing channels, but branding comes afterwards. Okay, so again, I want you to think about the difference because when I was in the mortgage protection final expense world, I never thought about this kind of stuff. It wasn't something that I was even paying attention to. But in today's world, if you really want to start separating yourself. You really want to start kind of breaking the mold, and you want something more for your firm. You say, I'm selling mortgage protection, life insurance, final expense, but I want to be the advisor. I want to get to the level where I'm up there. You got to do things differently than what you're doing right now. I can think of hundreds of thousands of insurance agents that have no brand, no media presence, no nothing. And look, there's going to come a point where your clients are going to look at you and go, yeah, that's just my insurance person. But what about their advisor, their tax person? You're not going to be that to everybody. I want it to be. Part of my brand is a holistic advisor. My firm is a holistic firm. That's our brand. Our brand is a registered wealth management and tax firm because I wanted to be the holistic advisor to my clients. I built a team around each component that we service. I've got people that do estate planning. I have people that do tax. I got people that do wealth management, insurance. That's our brand. What is your brand? Are you the insurance person? Build a team around that and let that be part of your brand. When you're doing your marketing, talk about that. That's something that could help, okay? So I want to quickly just talk about this so you can really think about the difference between branding and marketing, because a lot of people think it's one and the same. It can be. There are components that can be, but in your mind, separate the two and focus on your brand versus the marketing. So listen, for those of you that have zero online presence, it starts today. Begin doing it. Take a minute tonight when you have quiet time and write down, my brand this is who I want to be. This is this is what I think that my brand should be. And do me a favor, comment below. After watching this, comment below. Tell me what your brand is. Let me help you promote your brand. We've got a lot of people that watch these videos on a regular basis. Maybe someone's going to see your brand in the comments and they go, that's what I was looking for. That person does Medicare. Oh, I got to be on that person's platform. I got to connect with that person. I don't do Medicare. I'm not the Medicare guy. I know there's a lot of people out there that are branded under the Medicare specialist or the guru. Great. If that's what you want, go to that person or be that person, right? Your brand is so important. How do people look at you? So comment below. Tell me what your brand is. Tell me what you're striving to be. Maybe we'll be able to jump in and help out and help you, tweak it a little bit or help you with the brand creation, give you some ideas one-on-one, but comment below. Let me know what it is that your brand is going to be. I look forward to seeing your brand. I look forward to participating in your brand. And maybe there's something that I can do to work with you and your brand. But thanks so much for watching. Comment below, subscribe, hit the like button. We'll see you on the next video.